Hey, what's going on, guys? It's another bill search. Sorry I haven't been around in the last few days, but it happens. So, this is stuff straight out of the ATM. The one down the street does 10s, 20s, and 100s, and I gotta go pay a bunch of bills. So, all of this is money that's soon to not be my money, but lights and water and all that stuff's cool. So, to the guy that keeps commenting that I'm stacking the bills, it's straight from an ATM, but if that's what you want to believe, cool. This one's for you. I stacked it just for you. Starting off, Series 2017 A $10 note. I like to, real quick, what we're looking for if you're new to the channel. Sorry if it bores you for people that are part of the channel, but quickly. We're looking for ink issues, we're looking for collectible serial numbers, we're looking for overall print issues, and then of course, in some regard, there are banknotes out there that just simply due to their series date or time of print or various things like that, they are just collectible unto themselves. And then I also like stuff like star notes, things that have birthday or dates in the serial numbers, so fancy serial numbers, as well as a kind of variety of other things. So let's get to it. Series 2017 A $10 note. In the early 2000s, they redesigned 10s. So if you find ones that are older, that are the old design, those ones I like to just hold on to whether they're going to sell for more than face value or not. These ones here are ones that they added anti-counterfeiting measures to, or at least enhance them, and therefore, you know, changing up the bill overall. Things I like to look for is where the color changing ink is. Sometimes you can get little weird issues and misprints. Sorry, I'm trying to knock stuff over here. Nothing on the front of that note. Back of the note, depiction of the U.S. Treasury building, which is really boring looking in real life, but cool. I like to look around the, it's more so where they print these trees. Sometimes you'll have kind of smears and stuff like that. Also look where all the repetitious little 10s are. It's a little anti-counterfeiting measure known as Urian. And because it forms like a little constellation thing. Sometimes those are printed funky, but this one seems just beat up, but worth 10 bucks. So, we'll go a little quicker. Nothing going on here, kind of a couple 5s. It would have been nice to have more repetition. Series 2013, I can tell from the feel, which you can't reach through the camera. Maybe that technology's coming. But this one's been wet at some point. So, it's trashed as far as condition, even though the color's pretty good. And nothing jumping out, a little like print through here, kind of excess ink from the serial number, but nothing crazy. Series 2017 A, lot better condition, but nothing jumping out on the front. Tear on the bottom, so if it was collectible, that would detract from value, of course. And nothing going on. A couple of 8s, couple of 9s. 2017 A, I think, is the other one was. Or first one. Probably best condition so far. You can't see it because I'm dumb and holding it off the camera. Other places is like where this kind of, a lot of ink was laid down for the portrait of Jackson here. Sometimes you'll see it kind of almost like a wet ink transfer, but pressed through to the other side. I've seen ones that have where you can pretty much make him out. Sell for a few bucks, but generally, they're just worth face value. Nothing going on the serial number. 2017 A, $20 note. This is like straight up an ATM bill. This one's crispy. Sometimes I'll hold on to them if they have the serial number completely, you know, legible, albeit it's backwards. But I would say that's more collectible than something that's worth like a premium. What do we got? Sorry, I thought we had something going on with this little eagle here, but my eyes deceive me. Nothing. The serial number as far as a pattern. 2013. Sometimes on the 2013 series, but primarily ones, you'll see kind of over-inks in the serial numbers. If they're, or excess of ink, whatever you want to refer to it as. I've seen where if the whole thing is kind of thick, it'll sell for a few bucks over face value. This one's got some Sharpie on it or something. A lot of banks, when they get the bills in a stack, they'll just run a pen or their stamp or whatever down the side of it just to indicate they received it or they're sending it out or whatever. 2013 series as well. $20 note. This is also, I mean, all these bills, I think, I don't know, we'll go through them. But I think you will mostly come across ones that are that post redesign period. So early 2000s through, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like 2009, they redesigned everything, but I think twos and ones. So that's usually what I run into. Like I said, if I run into 20s or whatever that are older, I generally like to hold on to them. And nothing going on. Some threes, some ones, not a pattern enough. A lot of people ask me about that. For me, if it's, I really look for binary notes. That's just 2 digits. A true binary is zeros and ones. And trinaries are cool where it's just 3 digits, but unless they're all clumped together, it's not something I hold on to really. Nothing going on in the front of that guy. Little beat up, but not bad. And nothing jumping out. Little damage up here. For a second, it kind of looks like an ink issue, but it's actually, it looks like ballpoint pen. And 2013 series, we're getting down there. We're going to hit some hundreds here in a minute. They're a little different when you go to look at them. This is damage. This looks like somebody like lit it on fire. Nothing going on. Look at the reverse of the note. Same deal here. I mean, I like to look up in kind of this area. And nothing. They're talking about a redesign of a couple notes again in the 2030s. But then again, like every 5 years they say that. And yet, we've yet to see it. Now we're hitting hundreds. I think I got a few of these. So we'll go kind of faster through these since we're at like the 7-minute mark and you got stuff to do, right? You got bills to search through. Same deal here. I like to look at the color changing portions of the $100 note. Since they have a security strip, that's another point in which you can look at. So I have a whole video that talks about $100 notes. So instead of me boring you here, I'll just link it in the description box. And if you're like, that's dumb, I don't want to watch that, then you don't have to click the link. Nothing in the serial number. A lot better condition, but these were kind of straight up from an ATM, and they're hundreds, so they get probably much less use than other notes. Nothing on the back. I do like to keep an eye out, you know, where this is yet again another anti-counterfeiting measure, but where this print transition happens, sometimes I've seen issues around there. Nothing in the serial number. I like to look for detachment of the seal itself, or if it didn't adhere right, or print issues around it. Nothing on the back. Almost like a little broken ladder note. I know a lot of you have said, those aren't really worth much money. I mean, I agree, but they're really cool. So that's where it'd be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but broken up. A true ladder is in order, either, you know, ascending or descending. Nothing on the back. 2013. I don't recall when they did $100 notes. So if somebody knows that, throw it in the comments. But I think it was like 2004, 5. I think they were one of the first ones. Them in 50s, I believe. And nothing on the back. Thanks for sticking with me. We're getting down there. Nothing crazy to hold on to, so just good old bill money so far. This is from the bill counter at the bank. So a couple people sent me emails. It's a common mistake or misconception, but you can tell, it's hard to tell in this one kind of, but you can see it's almost like a little teeth. Like the marks themselves, and it's because it's a rotary thing with teeth that grabs the bill and counts them. So that's what that mark's from. So don't be confused. It's not like a production error or anything. Kind of a broken ladder. I mean, it's got a bunch of zeros, obviously, but I guess this is an ode to what I was just talking about. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then some other zeros. We would have really wanted to see, you know, that 6 and 7 in here. That would have been cool. But still kind of nice. I guess I haven't really found anything. So nothing going on that guy. Last 2. So thanks for sticking with me. We're at like the 10-minute mark here. So Hopefully you learned something, although I didn't really find anything. Nothing on the back. Last note. This is kind of cool. It's like, it is a trinary. I hate that this 7 is in here, though. I was talking about this in the beginning of the video with binaries and trinary notes. This would be a good example. 5s, 2s, and then, of course, this 7. Things I would have liked if the 7 wasn't there, and the 5s, it would have been 4 5s and 4 2s. That would have been real sweet. Or at least they would have been in some sort of pattern. But the binary would have been cool. But this is a trinary note. As I said before, these aren't really necessarily worth more than face value, but they are neat and collectible, so we'll call it a fine for this bill search. Why not? But really not. So we didn't come across anything in this one, but I still have good money to go pay some bills with, so yay. Hopefully you had better luck in your coin and banknote searches lately, so let me know what you've come across in the comments. I will see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.